Hello, pioneers. So, packaged fuel occupies a kind of strange position in Satisfactory. It's a mid-game technology, but it's really only a very short step once you get it to going on to something better like turbo fuel. So it's not really all that useful. So here I am with a build that probably no one will ever use. What we're going to do is we're going to take 120 oil per minute, which is one normal node with no overclocking, and we're going to turn it into 140 packaged fuel. So what we need to do is take the oil and turn it into polymer resin and heavy oil residue, and we need a 3-to-1 ratio. That's 3 polymer resin to every 1 heavy oil residue, and that's a fairly important ratio, so just keep it in mind. Now what we're going to do with the oil, we fit into 3 refineries here. One of them with the polymer resin, one of them with the polymer resin at 50% clock speed, and the other one into the heavy oil residue recipe. Now this is going to give us a total of 215 resin and 70 heavy oil, which is not exactly the 3-to-1 ratio, but it's pretty close. We do end up with 5 excess polymer resin. So I've got a smart splitter here, which just cuts out that 5 overflow. Now with that polymer resin, we're going to combine that with some water into these refineries, turn it using the residual plastic recipe. Now 3 of them are at 100%, and the last one is at 50%. That gives us a total of 70 plastic. And we're going to take that plastic and feed that into some constructors, making some empty canisters, and the last one here is at 1/3 clock speed, so it's only making 20, and that should give us a total of 70 plastic containers. And then we come over here and we add some water into the packages, and suddenly these jerry cans turn into office water bottles, but that's fine. And once again, 2 of them at 100% and 1 of them just down with that same 1/3 clock speed. So we've got again, what have we got? 60, 120, 140 packaged water. And then we bring that over here and we combine this with all that heavy oil residue from before into the diluted packaged fuel in these refineries. So we've got 60 here, 60 here, and this one once again underclocked. So that's 140 packaged fuel. I'm just sending it into the storage. If I'm using, say, a jetpack or driving around in an Explorer, I can just pull some out, but really is not much use. I was actually quite happy to see that drones can now use many different fuels. In early access they only used batteries. However, packaged fuel is terrible. It is like the worst that you can possibly use, so I don't really recommend that. It's just, well, it was the thing that I had at the time. And finally, let's look at this excess 5 polymer resin that we had. You can do whatever you want with it, sink it. I am just turning it into fabric. This is 100%, but only because I couldn't be bothered underclocking it. It really only needs to be 5, because that's all it's getting. 5 is more than enough. You really don't use much fabric. And see, this is full. So that is basically how you can make packaged fuel fairly simply. It's not that useful, so why would you use it? Why would you do this? Well, I mean, why would you do anything in this game? Because you can.